live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is, you show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Postgame Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield Postgame Show with your host, ToddFox. I am here on a day where on Wednesday, midweek, the Angels win a series. Oh my goodness, they win a series. Can you believe it? The Angels win a series.
Yes! 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 Yeah!
Hell yeah. They got the big win tonight, beating the Giants 4-1, and I'll tell you right now, there is something behind this team that gets you kind of infuriated, even on a night like this. And I'll explain what I mean by that. But hey, you know what? A win's a win's a win. So with that being said, 714 tickets, 714 tickets. 714 tickets can get you into just about anything. Even if you got Taylor Swift money, you can get in. Although I think tonight was the last night or yesterday or whatever she was in town. But anyway, 10% off means a lot. And you can get tickets for like $200, but 10% off of that is really good. I'm just saying it works out. So it works out for not only Angels tickets for any kind of sporting events. You got preseason football coming up. The NFL regular season's right around the corner. UCLA, UFC football. I don't even know what freaking conference it is anymore. Pac-12 is over with, so they're gone to Big 10, Big 12. Who gives a shit? College football's a mess right now. Anyway, they can get you in on anything. You just have to put HITI in the goddamn promo code at the end to redeem your 10% off and also get a 5% back to put towards future purchases. So there you go. And then go to Noble L and you can get $1 off of pints and drink specials, especially when the Angels go. It is really popping before a game there. They have really good food there and also drink specials. So with that being said, Angels take 2 out of 3 tonight. It did not look like Shohei Ohtani was going to get that W because the Angels offense was the Angels offense, which when I see them hit and do absolutely dog shit and swing early in counts and do nothing, I think of only one thing. Sing it if you know it. Because it's like listening to an elevator, music while you're going up about 30 flights in an elevator. It's just boring. It's boring baseball. They don't do shit. They don't do anything fundamental. It's the same crap we've been talking about all year. But I have to say this, though. Whoever mentioned this, I think this was Eric the other day. I'm going to play this song for him because, you know what? This makes sense on a night like this because you can't break my stride.
So what does that mean? And you said, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Oh no, we've got to keep on moving. Ignore the season stats. Don't listen to the stands. Just go and won't. Just come to the game and pay Hardy. That's all you got to do is pay Artie. Forget about the team and what they're doing record-wise. It's all about paying Artie. It's all about giving that millionaire more money and paying for Shohei Ohtani. Everybody come over from Japan and just make it your off-season plans to come to Disneyland after you see the Angels, after you buy about $15, $20 to $5 nachos. By the way, $2 extra for cheese. Fuck you, Artie. And, oh, man, that thing was like $15 before, and we bitched and moaned about it now. Now it's $22. And I love them some nachos, but damn, I can't freaking finish those nachos. Anyway, The Giants lose 2 out of 3, and it's kind of funny because Dodger fans were there the night we were there, and they were kind of happy, or they didn't know who to root for. And then I know there's some Dodger trolls that went tonight, and they're probably happy the Giants got beat 2 games in a row. So there it is right there. But the Angels win tonight, and we're going to go over the scoring. First of all, the Angels didn't do dog shit for the first couple innings. Brandon Crawford would hit a sacrifice only because our guy, Theis, was like, dude, I can totally throw that guy out. Oops, I threw it off his head. Whoops. Boy, every time he tries to do an Ivan Rodriguez thing, like a snap throw or was it Yadier Molina type play? I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't. Oh, shit, he threw it in the center field. And he plunks one of their guys. He goes to third, and of course Crawford hits a fly ball to score the run. That run most likely doesn't score if he doesn't hit Conforto in the head. Now, 6th inning, Brandon Drury comes up after Renifo had led off the inning with a double. And of course you heard our boy Gubazar go, hey, right now all we need is a blast. Shohei Ohtani's up there with Renifo at second base. What a great time. What a great time for a home run right here. But you know what's only better than a great time for a home run? A great time means Brownie and Snoop Dogg in the booth. Hey, did you know how many home runs he has? Shohei Ohtani night. He's going to get some RBIs right here. I just know it. There's a guy on second base and nobody at first. Ohtani. And then they were so disappointed, they might as well have played the Pac-Man thing, because as soon as they saw that he walked, Wayne was like, oh, they're going to walk him. So he went to first. It was first and second, but Brandon Drury, again, another guy who's been downplayed. And again, you wouldn't know this guy is on the team. You literally won't, because Bally's will not highlight him unless they get a W. But he comes through again. Basically, the only ones who have been hitting with runners in scoring position in the last month and a half, or since they acquired him, has been Drury off the IL, Moustakas, and I think 3 RBIs, runners in scoring position with 2 outs for our boy, Crone. So the Angels get a big RBI single by Drury as Jock Peterson misplayed it. Both runners advanced to second and third, and you're thinking, okay, second and third, nobody out. You can't fuck this one up. Just put it in play. Just put it in play. Get a ground ball to that right side, or just fly ball to center field. Do anything. And when I'm not going to lie, when he went down 0-2, I'm like, shit, here we go. Strikeout, who's on deck? I'm thinking Renfro's going to ground out, or they're going to throw someone out at home. Here we go again. They're going to ruin the night. But no. It was Mike Moustakas going deep, and he went long and deep. That's what she said. And he hit the home run. And it was 4-1 Angels, and that's all they needed. But of course, the Angels had to make it and put you into some kind of trouble. So after Moose went deep, Soriano comes in there, and all of a sudden we got the bases loaded. And he somehow wiggles out of it. And then we throw it over to the 8th inning. Moore does a nice job. Angels don't do shit again in the 9th or the bottom of the 8th. And then in the 9th inning, Estevez is doing his thing. Should be an inning-ending double play or game-ending double play. And C.J. Cron's like, whoop! And he throws it into the center field past stupid-ass Squid. And all of a sudden, you have first and third, but credit Estevez. He gets a fly ball to the pop out to the second baseman, shallow outfield, so they can't advance. And then he gets the ground ball and a beautiful pick. Maybe most third basemen, hell, even number 6 might have misplayed that. It could have went into the outfield, but no. Nice snag by Moose, throw to second base, game over, and that's all she wrote. Angels win it 4-1, second win in a row. These games, again, I'm not getting excited because it's far too little, too late in my mind. I'm still saying it's over. And it's okay, to get the win and everything else like that. It looks good in the box score. But it is very frustrating to know that this team did what it did tonight when we know they could do this on a more consistent basis and they just don't do it. But this win, to me, as Shohei Ohtani improves to 10-5, Beck takes the loss, Estevez with a save. let me just give out the awards, and then I'll give you my take on why this game is a Phil Nevin game. So let's go to the box score. And the Giants, there's not much to talk about on the Giants. They struck out 6 times, not too much. They went 0 for 5 and left 10 men on base. That sounds like the Angels. Again, this was a second straight night where they had an opener, and magically Manaea looked great. And Wayne Randazzo's like, well, you know what? He's given up a lot of runs. He's got a 5.25 ERA, and against the Angels, he's got a 6. He's got a 6 ERA. And he just kept saying that and saying that. I'm like, bro, dude, okay, we get it. Every time you fucking say, like, the Yankees bullpen's the worst, or you say this team can't hit, or this team can't pitch, always the opposite happens. And he's like, he was going as deep as, Manaea is Samoan. Who cares if he's Samoan? What does that have to do with anything? And then he's like, well, he's given up a lot of runs in his career against the Angels.
You son of a bitch.
And of course he doesn't give up shit when we need him to give up shit. And then luckily Beck came in there and gave up some runs. Other than that, it was literally, he kept jinxing us, man. I mean, I expect that from Roger.
Call me a bootlicking houseman all you want. I don't give a damn. Don't go to sleep on my Halos in 2023. It's going to be one heck of a year for Angels baseball.
Yep, bootlicking houseman Wayne Randazzo joins that club. So we go over to the Angels box score, and Renifo. Oh, wait, let me play the music. Renifo went 1 for 3 tonight. Velasquez just gets in the lineup as a defensive replacement because he sucks ass. And then Ohtani came in with 2 strikeouts, but he had 2 walks and scored a run. That was big. Drury only had 1 run and 1 hit as he scored on the home run, but that RBI single was big to make it 1-0. Then Mike Moustakas with 2 hits and 4 at-bats, including the 3-run home run. CJ Cron continues to suck. He went 0 for 4. Moniak was like, I got you, Bill, boy. 0 for 3, two more strikeouts. Renfro's like, I can't hit the broadside of a barn. 0 for 3 again. And then Theis is like, bro, remember when I used to hit 300? Now it's 226. Dude, I'm going surfing with Big Hammer. 2 strikeouts again or 1 more strikeout for him. And then Grichuk's like, I can't feel the ball or catch the ball or hit the ball. 0 for 2. He continues to suck in this lineup. That is not a good pickup. So then you look at Shohei Ohtani, 6 innings pitched. He threw a lot of pitches, almost got hurt there. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Soriano pitched that inning, but it was very dicey because the 2 walks. Moore only had the 1 walk and then strikeout. And then Estevez gets credited with almost a clean save, 1 hit allowed. Now let's go to the awards of the show before I give you my take real quick. The John Stamos Award easily goes to Mike Moustakas. 3-run home run, that uppercut swing, that is going to be, I guess, the new screensaver for one Roger Lodge. That's going to be on his phone, and it's going to be his contact for when his wife calls him, because he just gets off on that uppercut swing. So does Gooby. All of them just get so excited when there's that uppercut swing. I mean, they just full on. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Gooby's phone was a ringtone. If I called him right now and it went to his phone, it'd be, well, hey there, Todd, how's it going? So that's the thing tonight. Moose had that big 3-run homer, so he gets the Stamos Award. Now, who gets Nacho Night of the Award? And there's not that many guys that you could say, oh, this guy had a hat trick, or this guy sucked, or had a big bad error, or something happened. It wasn't Grichuk falling down or the right fielder falling down the other night for the Giants. There's only one guy to give it to.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
outside of Tristan Beck tonight, there wasn't really a bad performance by the bullpen. Beck pitched 3 innings. He gave him some work. I don't know why they have to go to two back-to-back openers, but they did, and they took 2 losses because of it. I think if they would have went to 2 starters, they possibly could have won this series outright. Beck went only 3 innings, but he surrendered 2 runs, or 3 runs, 2 hits, including that home run to Mike Moustakas. Now, let me tell you guys why this game was a typical freaking Phil Nevin. If you want to draw it up on the chalkboard of what a Phil Nevin dream win is, a philosophy win is tonight. And what do I mean by that? You don't do shit for 6 innings. You kind of just jack off offensively. You swing at everything and just hope something happens. Nothing happens, of course. Your starting pitcher gives you a nice performance and logs you at least 6 innings. So all these things I'm saying, Phil Nevin is just busting a nut for. And he gives you the 6 innings, and you're able to give him not only an RBI single, because RBI singles are against philosophy. So he'll only give you 1 of those. Only 1 clutch hit is allowed. And then when you have runners on, swing for the fucking fences. What the fuck are you doing? So you're only allowed 1 mistake. So if you could put an error next to Brandon Drury's name, Phil Nevin would do that. He'd be like, that's an error. You're supposed to hit a fucking 2-run homer, damn it. And he didn't do that. He got an RBI single, and so you kind of just put an E by his name. So you're allowed 1. But Moustakas, he gets that caboodle. He can go to bed with it, Nevin says, because that's a 3-run homer. That's what they want. So they're kind of pissed off that Ohtani wasn't given the opportunity to hit the 2-run homer, but they'll take the 3-run homer from Moustakas. And then he was really happy right after that. You know why? Because after that home run, it cleared the bases. And the next 3 guys did their job. Out, real quick. And throw the pitcher right back out there. Get Soriano out there right away. Out. What are you doing? Don't start another rally. Fuck that. You already hit the 3-run homer. Chicks are digging it. Get your ass out there. So they swung at everything, got out real quick. And then he's like, all right, Soriano, make it interesting. Fuck around. Don't go after the guys like you have a 3-run lead. Go after them like you're nibbling and you're a rookie. And he did. And he was disappointed a little bit, but hey, he got out of the inning. And then he's like, what are you guys doing in the 8th inning? Ow, hurry up. Hurry. We got to end this game fast. Hurry. Everyone's already paid Artie. Get out. Who cares? And he was asking the umpire, can we have Squid hit 3 times? He'll strike out in 9 pitches. I swear to God. He'll end the inning real quick. We could play a longer Jack in the Box commercial. Come on. Out. Get out. And then as soon as they got out, he's like, all right, Estevez, I want you to know something. Wayne's going to be in that booth right now, and he's going to be saying how many times you've blown saves back to back. I want you to prove him wrong, but fuck around too. And then I'm going to have one of these guys make an error so it's really close and tight, so where we can't win easy. And that's exactly what happened. That's a Phil Nevin philosophy game right there. Everything went to plan except Drury's RBI single. Everything worked. He had a nice offensive output of 7 innings of dog shit. And then he had just the 1 inning where they got the bloops and the blast. I mean, I swear to God right now, Phil Nevin is just playing with his lips like he does. He's just so happy. He's so happy tonight. I really feel good for him. Really feel good, because if ever there was a Phil Nevin win, it's tonight. If we could look at it, because we can always point out, man, that game Phil Nevin fucked up right there. I remember that game earlier in the month. I remember that game. Nope. Phil Nevin's like, fuck you guys. I got what I wanted tonight. He was just like Roger. You know how Roger always tells you what he wants? That was Phil Nevin.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
a Phil Nevin win. That's what he wanted, and he got it. So he said, fuck you to all of us, especially me. He's like, I'll show you how to win. That's how you win. You dick around for 8 innings or 7 innings, and you get that 1 inning, and you sit on that shit like Stamos sits on Roger, and you just ride it out. Right? Right, Roger? I'm asking you a question, Roger.
John Stamos choked on me.
There you go. All right, so Vetter says, we won a series. Light that baby up. Jacob says, I can't believe it, Vetter. Also, hopium. I like it. Spare me, Giovanni says. Also, Patrick says, balls in my mouth.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
Hey,
John
balls in your
Stamos.
mouth, Patrick. Hey, 2 in a row. One more, and that's a winning streak. Damn, that's aggressive right out the bat, dude. Like, damn, dude. Oh my goodness, that is great. Oh shit. Where's that 2 in a row thing, man? I need to follow. Here we go.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. If we win one today, that's 2 in a row.
Yes.
We win one tomorrow, that's
a
called a
win.
winning
But we have to
streak.
wait till Friday. So as soon as we get momentum, day off. Dre says, let's go. Angels are 2-0 to start the season. You know, that's a good way, man. I love starting the season on a win streak.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Imagine Estevez blowing it in the ninth inning again. Anaheim Angels win. David Rosca says, thank you, Howard. Eric says, Anaheim Angels will win again in Houston. I hope so. Buy today, you can go tonight. My kid used Heedy for the Offspring tickets in San Diego. There you go, Dan. See, you could use them for concert tickets. That's the best thing. Angels going for a winning streak versus Verlander. The Angels grandma says, my Angels are coming back. Believe. You gotta believe. Let's go, Angels. Oh, she's honking the honk. Balls, and the Angels win a series.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
Win a series. Giants are the most hateable team in the league. They come from the worst city in the state, have an anti-American manager in Kapler who refuses way too early for phone calls. Let's see. Yeah, they're just like the women's soccer team, that's for sure. Giants are frauds. David Rosca says San Francisco Giants would have won their 4th World Series championship in 2016. Exactly. Hanky Panky Card says we got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. Boy, everyone's just so hyped up that the season started, and we got a 2-0 season record.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up.
Call me a boot-licking houseman all you want. I don't give a damn.
See, he doesn't give a damn. We can share nachos, Todd. Chris says, wow, winning.
Wow, winning.
Exactly. Balls, and moose. Takes.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Ohtani hit better than Mike Trout is behind him, or Ohtani would hit better. James says, so happy I had the radio feeds going tonight from work. Trey and Mark, and then John Miller with the Giants. My ears are thankful to them to shield me from the honk talk. And that's awesome, too. If you guys and gals have never listened to John Miller for some reason, missing him when he used to do ESPN Games of the Week with, I forget who else he was on. I know James is going to remind me, but I think his old partner passed away. He was on the Reds. I'm just, his name is escaping me. But John Miller was awesome. And then the Giants are so lucky they have him as their play-by-play. That dude is so good. Angels need Mike Trout back if the Angels have a chance. Showtime says, also laugh out loud, who was the winning pitcher tonight? Bally, can you update us on that? Well, let me tell you, Eric. Hey, Bally's, who was the winning pitcher tonight? And then what else did you do? Oh, you don't say. How many wins is that? That's like the most they ever talk, Eric, so you should be proud. They talked to you on that one. They told you his whole stat line. Jacob says, Mike Trout, I've never heard of her. Steves doesn't implode. That's his first. Jacob, from what I understand, she's a real catch. Stupid. I see what you did there, Eric. See, now that's funny. That is funny. JT says if the Angels win the next 5 games, they still have a chance. Yeah, they got to take 5 out of 6. Win probability jumped up from 1.7 to 2% chance. So you're telling me there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Wayne Rendezvous is the ultimate jinx. The chair says, wish the Angels could face openers more often. Also, Leaf says, not going to call in tonight, but if I would, oh boy, I've got a lot of things to say about Orioles regarding Kevin Brown. I talked about that last night, Leaf. That is a jackass organization move. I thought Artie Moreno was bad. Man. AC says, where's number 6? Also, where's my weed? Where's my weed? Maybe I'll improve the hitting. Adrian says, Moose should be a halo for the next few seasons. Number 6 can eat shit and get some AARP caregiving BS. Yeah, I would love for Moose to fill in for the remainder of the contract of our boy number 6. Give me a blunt to smoke, man. Do it, no, improve my performance. Imagine if Moose these past 3 years instead of Rendon, dude, I'm telling you, man, Moose is the real deal. Holyfield. Jacob says, Snoop D-O-double-G. Hey, I tell you what, those brownies and those tacos, the taco sauce is very underrated. Louis714 says, Roger Lodge is going, oh, Tony. If we go 30-16, we can make the playoffs, JT says. See, I can't say that with a freaking straight face. Sweep Texas and Houston, and we'll start talking about playoffs. Yeah, you can't really talk about playoffs right now. You just got to just roll with it because it's hard to talk playoffs after this team was just pretty much not annihilated but didn't do anything against Seattle.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Exactly. Acuna Matata. What happened with Acuna? He looked like he was hurt. He could be out for a little bit. Also, Jacob says Lorenzen on the no-no. And you know what's so Angels like? We had an opportunity to trade for Lorenzen. Detroit was talking to us about him and the guy that didn't go to the Dodgers. And we turned him down. Could have got him back for not as much as we paid for our boy Giolito. But, I mean, not to say he would have thrown a no-hitter with us, because likely he would have thrown a no-hitter with us and we would have lost the game in extra innings. But still, I mean, good for him. I'm very happy for Mike Lorenzen. What an awesome performance. And just the fact that, you know, they got the win tonight, and his manager said, hey, you know what? Your arm's not going to fall off after 124 pitches. And it worked out. And, you know, hey, if you leave a guy in there, he might actually do damage. Crone really can't make a routine double play. Fuck, exactly. Balls at Otani, Adrian says.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
Otani. Dre Money says, first off, and the season starts tonight, baby.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Also, balls, and Estevez giving us a heart attack on the mound again tonight.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
Estevez. Also, 4 runs, 4 hits. That's all you got. 4 goddamn hits, Eric says. Also, exit Velo. The season starts tonight. There's a lot. The season always starts.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Also, Otani was holding it down for 6 innings. The offense didn't wake up until the bottom of the 6th. Not ideal. Need to do better with Texas on Friday. But, Robert, that is what they do best. They dick around for all that time, and then one guy wakes up, and it's a bloop and a blast. Balls, and being a 500 team. We've said that the last 4 years.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
500 team. And then also balls, and we're going streaking.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
John Stamos. We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
I can't wait for the opening day on Friday. Yeah, we reopen the season on Friday on the road.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Balls, and giant balls. Hey, you request them, I play them.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
giant balls. Are we getting a call from Splash Zone Artie? We might get one tonight. Season's still over. Laugh out loud. This is 2021 all over again. 500 again. Perry is doing getting his bang for his buck on this performance. Also, Nate Hustle says, "Woo!" And then like Mr. Moves saying, "I'm a Halo honk for life like him." You mean like this guy?
If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up.
Landon says fearless leader Moose is on the loose. Also, Joe Morgan. I knew you would remember that. He got it. So did Box Score and Eric and Johnny Be Good as well. Morgan, he was from the Reds. He was awesome. Him and John Miller were amazing to listen to. I really like those two together. ESPN's worst move was when they got rid of both of those guys. The Moose is loose, but the Halos are a cooked goose. I like what he did right there. Bally Sports, play that when they paint their shorts for Ohtani. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? They do need to paint their. I think they need Gooby down there painting those canvases that they could sell after the game because they're painted by the fans. 5 out of 6 out of the Texas two-step. Yeah, right. Also, Angels are only 7 games back. I could see a playoffs in the horizon. You could see playoffs? I don't think so. I think at the end of the season, we're going to get this from Artie.
You get nothing. You lose.
Shohei swinging. Oh, my bad. Shohei swinging and missing Ohtani. Let's see. Also, the pitching matchups in Houston, Game 1, Verlander versus Reed Detmers. J.P. France versus Tyler Anderson. Justin Urquidy versus Chase Silseth. Somehow we won't face Farmer this time. Exactly. Rendon, Mr. Move says, I'm smoking and thinking about the Snoop Brownie right now. You mean if you're really smoking a blunt like I would love to because my name is Mark Gubizal, if you smoke that doobie like Gooby, you better be prepared to eat like a brick of my brownies that Snoop Dogg personally, well, one of his assistants, Miach, personally brought to the booth. Don't forget the tacos. Curly fries, soft drink, some kind of chicken sandwich with cheese. Also, why didn't we keep Lorenzen? Because he was too expensive. I guess. I mean, listen, Lorenzen was looking for a 2-year deal, $25 million. We paid $336 or $37 for Anderson. Who got the better of that deal? All-star Lorenzen and no-hitter. Tyler Anderson, 5 ERA. Oh, we clearly won that one. Why am I even doubting anything? Anyway, Armentinas, Roger Lodge stole your Todd's bootlicking houseman phrase and stole Michael Jordan's be like me with his own like me. Oh, my God. Why do we keep talking about Snoop? Mateo, because you don't get to enjoy the commercials down here that are played just about every inning by Jack in the Box, the Munchie Mill. The $14 Munchie Mill because of inflation in Southern California. And the fact that Snoop Dogg comes on there every night about 5 to 10 times a night, including mound visits, to tell you, hey, we got a Munchie Mill here from Jack in the Box, and now a word from Jack in the Box, and now a word from Jack in the Box, and now a word from Jack in the Box. We'll be right back after Jack in the Box. Did I tell you Shohei Ohtani's pitching? And then Jack in the Box is coming out of the pen. It's terrible. Terrible. Be lucky you're up north, Mateo. I will say this about the Orioles are a loser organization. He didn't even say anything but the facts. And if anything, again, Eric, they should have, if he was so hell-bent about what that was said, the owner, he should have got after the guys that were making the graphic in the freaking booth, in the truck outside. Because it wasn't, he just read what was on the TV, like you said. Re-sign Moose and Urshela, I'm all for that, Adrian. Balls, and a ton of exit velocity. Exit velocity.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
exit velocity was great. And Drizzle says, light that baby up. I feel like we haven't had a Moose type of player since Torrey. That's true, but Alex Cobb was a bit of a leader while he was here too. Between now and next year, there is a lot of baseball left. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say this?
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
I think you are. Also, balls, and the Moose is loose. Jeez, got a lot of balls tonight, man. People.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
Moose being loose. Hoping they make Rendon earn his spot back, not play him just because of his contract. You know what's going to happen, Jim? He's not telling anybody about his injury. He's just going to pop up one day and be like, hey, I'm ready to go. And Nevin's going to be like, are you sure? And then he's going to be like, yeah, I'm sure my boo-boo, my Coco finally healed up. I'm not bleeding anymore from my nether regions. And then Nevin's going to be like, okay, you're back in the lineup. Velasquez, give him your glove, your baby glove. And then he's going to get right back out there again. Also, back to 500 where they belong, and Drizzle says, get ready for October and early November baseball. Boxer says, Sunday night baseball was good back then. Exactly. Accident or injury, called Jacob and Ronnie. Oh, AC wants to know, just in case you're in a car accident.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie.
Call Jacob. We have won 2 in a row. One more, and that's a winning streak. Exactly. That's more like this.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday.
Yes, we did.
We win one today.
We already
2
did.
in a row. We win one tomorrow.
Friday.
That's called a winning streak.
Haven't we said this before, that if we hover around 500 all year, then it's time to call a spade a spade? Exactly. That's what we are. We are a 500 team. Whatever happened to the Giants pitcher Lincecum? He came here and ruined what was left of his reputation. Dan says, 1995, we had a 10-game lead and choked after D. Sarcina got hurt. But those days, no wild card. We're chasing too many teams. Absolutely. Grillmaster's hungry right now. He wants some.
Whopper, 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 Whopper.
Every commercials is a tradition. Also, so I challenge Victor to meet me halfway. I believe Baltimore owner is Peter Angelos. He is. Silent E says, runners in scoring position. Updated for tonight. Updated for tonight. 224 for 938. That's a batting average of 238, raised up 1 percentage point. Not like it mattered much tonight, since we were doing nothing to the 6th inning till the bullpen day, or it's by a bullpen day. Exactly, I can't read. But Silent E, you're absolutely right. And that's what the team did. Absolutely nothing until they did exactly what we wanted them to do. And then Roberto Christian says, I hope Detmers and Canning will grow some balls and pitch like men. They get so easily intimidated against good teams. That is kind of true, dude. I want them to get some, like a mean streak. Eric says, laugh out loud. I've actually seen some Mariners commercials, and I'm seeing some Jack in the Box commercials out there. Let's see. Also, my vagina's broke. Rendon. Sports news. Who needs Neto when we have our Lord and Savior Squid? Nevin. Neto, never heard of her. Nevin. In 2 games for the Mets, Kai Bush has given up 8 runs in 8 innings. Ooh, that's not good. Jesus will return before the Angels make the playoffs again. That's so messed up. Can we have Roger Lodge talk about a UCLA basketball? I used to go down and watch John Wooden in the old arena down in Pasadena with my father, who used to drive me in a station wagon, and I used to watch the most boring practices because I thought John Wooden was going to be exciting. It was nothing but fundamentals. He was just so boring, but the knowledge that he has in one fingernail can outsmart all of us. John Wooden is a basketball god. Now, we're going to get back to Angels baseball in a second, but more UCLA basketball when we return. Leaf says, this question has been burning on my mind for the last 2 days. Who do the Halo fans hate more, number 6 or Mo Vaughn? Oh, right now, Leaf, there's not enough old hats out there to really have it in for Mo Vaughn, because we did an interesting episode a couple months ago where me and Fernando broke down the worst contracts, and literally, Mo Vaughn's was in consideration. We had him for 2 years, and 1 year he hit 42 home runs and 117 RBIs. Has number 6 come even close to that? He hasn't hit that his entire time here. And Vaughn, I think the injured year too, he had like 20 home runs, or he had like 29 home runs. I think he was here 3 or 4 years. I forget the stats. But we even looked at Gary Matthews Jr. had a more productive career. Josh Hamilton, the only guy who was a worse contract, or at least we got nothing for him or nothing out of him, was Zach Cozart. Other than that, like literally Cozart, they couldn't even stand him. They gave up a first-round pick, Will Smith, just to get him out of here, or Will Wilson. So, yeah, I mean, I think the worst contract is going to go down probably is Rendon. Because if he doesn't hit his weight, because obviously he's going to be there in spring training next year. He'll be the everyday third base when he comes back this year. He'll be the everyday third base to start the next season. There's no way they're going to sit a $38 million dude. And we're going to have to endure yet another season. I pissed my pants on the Estevez blown save grand slam. Can I call Jacob and Ronnie and sue Artie for damages? Well, you can.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And you can also, throw in the whole
emotional damage
suit. Roger really likes guys named John. He sure does. Hey, guys, did you see the Moustakas Homer Bally's? Oh, yeah, they got to tell you about it first. Hey, it's Trent Rush tonight. I'm going to take phone calls for once. Because the Angels win, and I don't like negative phone calls usually. That's gonna be his entire show. Let's just keep winning, Matty Matt says. Also, Zach Cozart, Angels legend. Even Vernon Wells was better than that's. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that one dude because he was a trade to box score. I keep forgetting about that guy. I keep forgetting about, we gave up Mike Napoli and Texas fucked us. Like they had a backwards handshake with freaking Toronto. They were just like, oh, man, I hope they trade Napoli. And as soon as they made that trade, they were like, Toronto, you know what we have. You know what we got. Just give us Napoli. And they made that trade. And when I saw them in Texas colors, I was like, you bastards. And that pissed me off, man. But it is what it is. Kudos to Texas for pulling the wool over our eyes. But we were stuck with Vernon Wells, and, man, at first it looked good, and then he just was trash. Roger says he could make 100 free throws in a row and wouldn't leave the gym until he did. Yeah. They have a video, if you look it up. He was outside 714 Tickets in the parking lot, and they had someone recording him like a few years ago, and they're like, oh, my God, he's got a shot. Oh, my God. And it was like one of those like plastic backboard in a small basketball. It's like, come on, man. This guy was like bragging that he played on his high school team. Get out of here. Number 6 doesn't have 42 homers and 117 RBIs as a Halo. Look up his stats, Leaf. He's got nothing. He's I think he only has maybe 27 career. When Phil saw that RBI hit, he said, how dare you, because Jury got a hit instead of a homer. Yeah, because he didn't follow the script. The script was you got to get a bloop and a blast. And when he got that RBI single, Nevin was fiddling with his lip, and then he was yelling,
how dare you?
Also, Roger says he's America's #1 TV sports celebrity. I can't even get through that comment. That's how stupid it is. Let's see. Too blessed to be stressed, baby. If you guys want to call, 714-598-3221. Vernon did very well, more so than Cozart. See, BS, sorry, Todd. Must have a bad cough. Rush never answers the calls. Exactly. Erica. It's the Halo Honk line. Hello? Okay. That was interesting. I thought, man, good call. Let's see. Maybe, let me see if it's the audio again. The audio always trips balls on me. No, it's fine. The audio was fine. Someone just wasn't paying attention. Must have been Leaf. Leaf should call. I haven't heard him in a while. Let's see. Big 20 speak. That wasn't Big 20. That was not Big 20. Off to a great start with the calls. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, what's up, Todd? This is Randy, a.k.a. the Box Score.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Hey, man, I just wanted to call in because, I guess I want to get the ball rolling on a conversation that I think we all should be having. And I got ripped for this on my last episode.
Okay.
And that's fine. But Perry, he's had this team for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I understand he inherited a very mediocre club, some bad contracts. But over the course of 3 years, no matter who he's added, no matter who he subtracted, and granted, he's had he's had the leeway to sign guys and trade guys. Granted, he just got the green light to go over to the luxury tax threshold, but he's had some leeway. He's been the one GM over the last fucking decade, I would say, that's had probably the most leeway than anyone.
Okay.
And we're years in, and no matter what he's done, this team is no better than when he took it over. It's been a 500 ball club, if that, the whole time he's been here. I know we blame a lot of people. We blame Nevin. We blame the umps. We blame everything else. The one guy that doesn't seem to get any flack is the man responsible for literally fucking everything, and that's Perry Maniason. He's the GM of this franchise. He's the one that he goes out and hires the coaches. He goes out and he builds the fucking team. And he's built nothing but a mediocre ball club. Like I said, it's no different than when he took it over. So at what point do we stop pointing the finger at everything else and start pointing the finger at the person who's responsible for it all?
I would have to say, I don't know. I saw a tweet. What is it? Thomas sent me a tweet that Sam Blum made where he was writing an article about we're too hard on Phil Nevin as Angels fans. And so I read the article a little bit, and I don't like Phil Nevin, but
right.
The thing is, we're starting to get like, I don't know who to believe at this point, because I know philosophy puts his philosophy in there, but there's still smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire, as you well know, of Perry Maniason also meddling with what they're doing on the field, like as far as he's still meddling with the coaching, telling him what to do. And if that's the case, if he's going to fire Nevin, he should fire himself, because if he's influencing the manager, I don't like that. I don't like, you hire a manager to do his job. You don't do it for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
I'm for the first time all year, I want to see if somehow it's exposed or we find out the truth. Because I'm going to slam Nevin no matter what, because he's still a dumb nut. But I think in the long run, if Perry's responsible for this shit too, because you made some good points. I mean, the guys he brings in, if this is what he wants them to do, don't play fundamentals. Sort of like how Billy Beane put up hey, just get on base any way you can. If he's like launch angle, that's his philosophy, then I might owe Phil Nevin an apology or two. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. Again, I've soured on Phil Nevin very drastically over this course of this season. But I'm with you. I believe it came out that Artie had to basically slap Perry and company on the hand and be like, hey, no, the manager manages the team. You're the GM.
Yep.
And so I think there's some smoke where that, where that's coming from. And granted, now I don't think Perry. Now, when I say all this, I don't think Perry's getting fired, guys. Don't call me out on that. I'm not saying he's getting fired, but I think he's at least got one more season before Artie really starts saying, "Okay, motherfucker."
Well,
I think at some point we got to start at least having the conversation. Like, okay, like we blame everything else, but there's one centerpiece that's the common denominator over the last 3 seasons, and that's the general manager.
Yeah, he's literally got 1 year left. So it's interesting to see if he's going to re-up on Nevin, or he's going to get another guy in, and then they're going to have to reevaluate him. Like you said, Perry's he only signed that 4-year deal, so next year's year 4.
Yep, absolutely. So, like I said, I think it's a conversation we should at least start having, especially this offseason. I think that'd be a good topic. Maybe we could all get together, have a little roundtable discussion. I definitely think there's something there. I think, if there is something there, we'll find out, maybe in the off season or whatever, when things cool down. But like I said, I really think that's the discussion we got to have, because it's just, like I said, it's the common denominator, and this team has not gotten better no matter what we've done over the last 3 years. It's just, we just hover over 500. Like I said, we'll just call a spade, and that's exactly what we are, man. A 500 mediocre ball club.
Exactly, because there's going to be so much turnover when this season's over. I mean, whether Ohtani stays or leaves, look how many guys we got on 1-year deals, dude. I mean, there's a shit ton of guys. So, again, even if Ohtani re-signs, there's going to be a completely different roster next year. And can he fix it to where they're not a 500 team with or without Ohtani?
Absolutely. And I'll leave you with this. Let you get to your other callers. But if Artie's as serious as he's showing this year, if we say we go on a little bit of a run toward the end, we barely don't make the playoffs. Is he as serious as he says he is? And if he is he going to let Perry really open the purse strings to bring in some superstars onto this team to really put us over the hump?
True.
That's the conversation I'd also like to have. So, I mean, we'll see. But like right now, like I said, I really think we got to start pivoting our point of view over to Perry, because like I said, the general manager is the man. Other than the owner, he's number two. He's number two in line that's responsible for everything.
Yep.
Granted, he has to get permission from the owner, but at the end of the day, the GM is the guy who's putting this all together. And I really think at the end of the day, we got to start looking over in that direction. So with that, I'll let you get back to your other callers. I appreciate you taking my phone call, Todd.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. See you later.
Later. All right, that's our boy the box score. Down another call. It's a Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd, what's up?
What's going on, Landon?
I'm pretty psyched after we finally turned this homestand around. Kind of late, though.
Yeah. I mean, it could have used some wins against freaking Seattle, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's like we were all saying, oh, it's ready for football, and then the team, oh, negativity, no, we're going to turn that around. It's like the only thing consistent about this team is that it's inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, they literally build you up to bring you down, Buttercup, you know?
Yeah, like, which needs to change. We need to be firing on all cylinders. And tonight, we saw, I think Squiddy Poo is just not worth the money we have him for.
Well, I know it's not much, but he's a guy that just, for whatever reason, always finds himself in the goddamn lineup. But the one thing I've noticed the last couple times they brought him in as defensive replacements, when he, like the other night when we were there, Escobar was hitting for him when his turn came around in the 9th inning. They don't want to let him hit, and which is great. They finally realized that guy sucks.
And what happened to Neto?
They're not saying oblique strain. They're just saying lower back, but it's basically the oblique again. And you just can't mess with that, because if it flares up, it can get real tight. He won't have any movement. So I think just don't push him. And unless he feels 1,000% right, I would just shut him down, dude.
Yeah.
Start him next year.
Because we lost Urshela. Even if we make the postseason, say by some miraculous way Nevin gets this team into the postseason, we're still not going to have Urshela. So there's already a bat down throughout the entire run. Even if we somehow miraculously made it to the World Series, Urshela won't be back in time.
No, I doubt. Well, they're saying it would be like the American League Championship Series, but there's no way we're making that. So
yeah, like, this team is inconsistent. If we were consistent, I would be honking my horn right now and saying World Series bound. But we're not consistent enough to say, oh, we're gonna we're gonna going all the way. Well, I could see maybe going to the wild card.
They would have to go 4-2 on this next road trip, or 5-1 to even be considered, and even at the same time, you gotta hope that Toronto's losing at the same time. And so who knows? I mean, they just got another good pitching performance tonight by Gaussman up there in Toronto, winning 1-0. So if they got to do their part first, the Angels, and they just got to keep winning. But the playoff chances are so super thin.
I can point something.
Yeah,
get rid of Lorenzen.
Huh?
Get rid of Lorenzen, and then look at Lorenzen's performance tonight.
Yep.
Like, this team, they get rid of all the pitchers we got rid of. End up being good this offseason. The only pitcher that we kept that wasn't anything, was nothing, that we shouldn't even have, is our old boy in the bullpen who goes loopy every time he's out there, Aaron Loop.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing was, I was kind of disappointed. Look, Tyler Anderson, you could see that one coming from a mile away. They went with too many lefties this year. With Shohei starting the year as the only right-hander, basically, they should have went with Lorenzen getting him back. You would have had 2 righties, and then you would have had the 4 lefties. But it just didn't. It didn't work that way, and now they've had to do. They've lost out on a good pitcher, and yet, like I said, kudos to him. I'm happy for him. I've never had a bad thing to say about Lorenzen, even when he was with Cincinnati. I always liked that kid, and he's pretty good. So. Good for him. It's just too bad, not to say that he would have thrown a no-hitter with us, but he would have had a solid season. I mean, he was having a solid season with shitty Detroit. So, and as an all-star.
Yeah.
So
we still had him. Our
Yeah.
pitching would have been consistent. We would at least have some consistent pitching.
yeah, because Anderson's pitched pretty crappy for most of the year. I know he's pitched better lately, especially his last 4 or 5 starts, but he started the season pretty bad. So
Yeah,
Yep.
this. It's like, and now I realize why they don't put Theis in at first when he played it in the minors, because it'd be, what? Where do I throw it to?
yeah, the only
And
guy that's more clueless than him out there is Hasselman.
Yeah, but what happened to the bats that we had with Grichuk? I wonder what happened with Grichuk's bat.
I don't know, dude. He's only hit a couple homers since coming over, and that was it. So
Yeah, when he came, he gave an amazing look his first game with us.
But yeah, I mean, he's more of I'm disappointed because he's got a launch angle look to him, and he's not that type of hitter, dude. He's the type of hitter that gets singles and doubles and stretches them out. He's a fast dude, and he's just coming over here not playing like he usually is, and that's why his average has dipped so much. Because remember, we got him, he had a 320 average. It's down to freaking 293 already, so he's slipping fast. But let me get to a few more phone calls, Landon.
Yeah, Crone I can see potential in. But every guy has the potential, but Thames needs to go, and we need to get a new batting coach.
Exactly. Yep. All right,
But I want to leave you with that.
You got it,
To
brother.
ponder that.
I will. You have a good one, man.
See ya.
All right, that's Landon right there. Opens up a line. Got a race sign. Moose, says Jake. I think so, too. It seems that the pitchers, when they leave the Angels up in their game, but they should should have game on with the Angels too, but only when they leave they get better. It's the Halo Honk line.
Todd, do I throw the ball to the outfield or to the second baseman?
You throw it to the outfield, dude.
Oh, sweet. Righteous. Thanks, dude.
Dude, he looks like freaking what I would expect Big Hammer to look like, but Big Hammer does not look like that kid at all.
No, he's gonna look like that. You see a baby photo of someone, and then 20 years later, they look completely different. I will bet you, I'll bet you a lock of John Stamos.
I know that, dude.
That when Big Hammer he gets older, he'll look like Matt Theis.
Probably. Because, dude, Theis's eyes, bro, I'm like, that doesn't match his face, dude. But he's always looking like, bro, you got to throw that ball harder to the plate when he's, visiting the pitcher. Poor Ipe's like, he said, you have to throw the ball closer to the plate, dude.
I love whenever Bally they do the zoom in on the catcher's eyes.
Yeah.
And I just see Theis's eyes. He looks so lost.
Oh yeah.
It is funny. And then Chad Wallach, geez, our catchers just look weird. We got a weird bunch. I mean, O'Hoppe is the only normal one.
Yeah, O'Hoppe looks like a catcher.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Wallach looks like he could just mash, but he's just an all or nothing guy and doesn't really, he'll get into one every now and then, but Theis is just up there. He's uppercutting too. Have you seen those uppercut swings he's been doing lately? It's like, bro, just make contact again.
This whole team, it looks like they're trying to hit for home runs.
Yep.
And then I was telling my dad, because when Neto was playing, the week he was playing, I was like, watch, it's going to be a pop-up. because he's trying. I was like telling him, you can see his swing. It looks like he's trying to just hit for power. And I get it. He has 9 home runs, but like, you don't have to hit for power. You just small ball, hit, get hits, get on base. And then if you're in first, if you're batting leadoff, you know who's behind you, Ohtani and or Brandon Drury or Trout. So you hit and you get on base and you get those guys to get the RBIs. And then you're winning. You're playing winning ball. But no, these guys, they hit for power. And my dad also did bring this up today. He wanted, I don't know how to figure this out because like there's like stat things, but my dad did ask if anyone could answer this. Like, what is Rengifo's batting average while he's leading off this season? Because he said he's been pretty good at leadoff, but I don't know like what his actual stats are.
They were saying, I don't know, it's jumped up, or it's went down a little bit, but a couple weeks ago they said he was batting 400 as a leadoff. But I would say it's down to probably like 370 or 360 compared to his other bats down in the lineup.
I feel like he's a better leadoff guy right now because like he's getting on base. He's doing his job. But I think once Neto comes back, if he comes back, we put him at first and then maybe drop Rengifo down to the 9 spot so he could be the second leadoff guy. We have that kind of mix because I think if we get, I know everyone keeps talking about get the pieces back, but I don't think a lot of these pieces are going to come back. Like I feel like they might, depending on how this next week or 2 goes, they might just like sit Trout down for the rest of the season. So I feel like
what I would like if they were to have a normal 5 guys, just if he wants to dick around with the last 4 guys in the lineup, whatever. But my awesome 5 for the Angels to start a game would be Rengifo leading off, Neto second, Ohtani third, Trout fourth, and then Drury fifth. And then you could put whoever you want behind him.
We got to stop messing with this lineup. Like, what is Phil doing? Like, if it works, let it go. Stop playing the matchups. And why do we keep doing this? Like, I get it if you're like a guy needs a rest day, fine. But like, why do we keep mixing it up? And why haven't we been putting guys that are on the bench in? Like, I've seen Andrew Velasquez more this week than I've seen Jordan Adams.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that?
I don't know. Again, I mean, there's a love affair. Even when they're like, okay, he sucks at hitting, we're still going to give him some playing time. He's still going to wind up in the box score. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I hate the whole Velasquez concept. There shouldn't be an argument about it. It should just be like he sucks and that's it. Move on. But he's found a home with us, and I don't get it. He's been kicked off basically every other team he's been on, and magically he stays here. So that's awesome.
This team. So I've been going for runs during the games. I just let it happen. And honestly, I'm going to say this for all the other Angel fans. Just take a break for like 2-3 innings and just run. You'll feel a whole lot better when the end of the game, because you'll just feel like you did something, and it feels like you did something better than what's going on in the game. Because I seen them come back around the 9th inning, and my dad's watching the game. I come into the living room, and I'm like, geez, I can't wait for them to lose. And then I go in there, and CJ Cron, okay, I get it. You're trying to end the play, but you know who's on. You know who's playing shortstop. He's not tall. Like, Todd, you're short. You're not short, but I feel like you can step on Andrew Velasquez, and jeez, like I want you to go out there and like give him a high five, and like, but it's like a nuclear high five, where like his hand like goes back, like, and then I'm just so mad, Todd. That the game could have ended. Shut up though. It was a shutout.
Yeah.
Ohtani pitched a shutout. The Giants didn't score.
The season starts
tonight. It was a 4-0 win.
Yeah.
Season started yesterday.
Yep.
Started yesterday. We're gonna win again tomorrow. Oh, sorry, Friday. And that's a winning streak. We're gonna do it. We're gonna honk our horns all the way down Catella as we beat Texas We come back. We play the Rays. I'm going to the Friday game, so
all right.
You guys should really meet me up. I'm using the 7 for tickets, and you should too.
All right, Vetter. Good to hear.
All right.
We'll see you later, bro.
All right, bye.
That's Vetter right there. It's the Halo Honk line.
Whoa. Hello?
Hello?
I'm sorry. I'm surprised I got in.
Oh, what's up, man?
It's my this is Silent E, so my first time calling.
Oh, what's up, Silent E? How you doing, man?
Doing good. I'm actually at work right now, and Skype only gives me 5 minutes, but I wanted to call to, thank you for yesterday about the announcement for the expansion.
Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, I appreciate all the love we got from that, dude. The app's going to be firing up here in a couple weeks, so we're be good.
Yeah, that's all. I felt like I kind of put you on the spot, so I felt a little bad, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you do. You and this network have made this really fun.
Oh, no. Are you outside right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because we were getting the air right there. I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you and this network do. My first year with you guys, so you've made this season fun, as miserable as it's been.
Well, appreciate that, man. That's what we try to do, dude, because otherwise, I mean, we've had a pretty tough 3 years with all the other Angel fans, man. It's been hard to get through some of these nights, man, but you guys make it worth it too with all the funny comments and the calls and everything, so it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Well, hopefully we can finish a little bit above 500 this season. That's all I'm hoping for at this point. So
same here. Same here. What are you doing for work right now?
Yeah, right. I'm in the Navy, so I'm like reconfiguring a paint booth.
You're in the Navy right now?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, man.
That's how I'm in Japan.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not you're just doing what is it, peacetime stuff over there, right?
I'm a painter, so I'm just working on my paint booth.
Well, there you go, man. Still salute, man. That's awesome, because my friend he got deployed. What is it called? He's over in Ukraine right now doing some humanitarian stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man. Luckily, you're in a peacetime area and enjoying Japan, dude.
Yeah, it's great. I'd recommend anybody to come here for like a vacation if they have time.
Yeah, I would love to go over there, man. They've got a lot of pretty cool stuff over there, but appreciate the shout out, man, and just have fun over there, buddy. And hopefully, when are you off tour to come back to America?
I'm married to a local, so I don't know. We're trying to stay here.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the 90-day visa the other way, right?
It's kind of weird the way it works for military. We're just, hey, the Navy says I have to be here, so I can be here. That's pretty much how it works.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're happy with it, there you go. Well, maybe when you vacation over here, we'll catch a game, bro.
That'd be sweet.
All right, man. Enjoy over there, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, bye.
All right, later. That's Silent E from Japan. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see, Patrick. It's a Halo Honk line.
Nice. Shohei Ohtani. Oh, did you know Shohei Ohtani never homered against the Giants?
Really?
Yeah, that's what I bet you. Oh, did you know Shohei Ohtani has 40 home runs? Oh, did you know Shohei Ohtani didn't allow an earned run in his last 19 and a half innings? And completely forgets about Moose. He does 3-run home run. But yeah, good game today overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've been waiting for a little bit, and that's a win streak, or at least something, man. Because again, this is After the trade deadline, we all thought this team was just going to skyrocket and catch Toronto like nothing. And then it just hasn't worked out, man. Still waiting for them to get their feet wet with the wins, man.
I still believe, man. We're not out of it yet, so.
Well, if they do come back, it would be a hell of a comeback. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I still believe, man. But they need to beat Houston's ass, which they're red hot. I'm worried about that. But we did be a 500 team, so I'm happy.
Yeah, Houston is like a really, really tough place for the Angels to play. I think there's something like last time I did their records, it was something like 7-26 in the last few years against Houston in Houston. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah, I mean it's not the best place for the Halos to play.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I would like them to stick it to Texas though. I mean, if anything, if we lose in Houston, I won't be surprised one bit. But I would like to fuck up Texas's chances, if anything.
I don't like Texas too much. They're just a one-shot wonder team. I'm just gonna call it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and they were really lucky. They had an easy schedule, so we didn't have an easy schedule, but they did. Just saying.
Yeah, I think next year it's gonna be like. If they're going to do it, it's going to be next year. I think they're going to get some more players to help out. They're only missing a couple pieces, and they didn't address all their needs. But I think next year, I think they're going to get some big players to Texas, and I think they're going to be a pain in the ass next year. But
yeah, imagine Shohei goes to Texas. That's going to be hell.
Oh man, I don't even want to think about him in Seattle because I think it's more likely Seattle. But if he goes to freaking Texas, dude, god damn.
Imagine he goes to Astros. But that's better than the Dodgers.
Oh yeah. I mean, but see, I wouldn't want him on Houston because that would just continue their freaking dynasty. And to be honest, I don't think he'll pitch all that great there. That's a home run hitter's ballpark, dude. He'll give up some sweepers to that short right field or the short left field.
Yeah, he has. Last year he had a really good ERA at Houston, so I don't know. But if besides the Angels, if I really want him to go to the Braves, that's just a monster team. My God, but yeah, I'd rather let him stay in the Angels because the circumstances are the same, but who knows? I'm not Shohei.
Yeah, but like I said earlier to the box score, man, next season's all gonna depend whether he stays or not. Like, are they gonna be all in, or is because the one thing I don't think the Angels will do is what we all want, and that's a tear down. So I don't think that's gonna happen. They're gonna try to reload again.
But the season starts tonight.
It sure does.
But the season starts tonight. Oh yeah, and for the guy who was wondering about Ren Kiefel's leadoff average, it's for this year at least he is hitting 0.333 with the .597 slugging percentage and 0.392 on base percentage and a .990 OPS according to Baseball Reference.
Oh, 333. That's still pretty good, though. That's really good. And a 392 on base.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. I wish he was like that when we really needed him at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that would have helped, right? All right, super.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, my man.
Well, yeah, one more thing, but
go for it.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani. Everything's about Shohei Ohtani, man. Like, Valley Sports only posts Shohei Ohtani. Only Shohei Ohtani, bro. Like, I mean, I love Shohei Ohtani, but I love Moustakis. Interview Moustakis, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah, they were probably like, hey, let's check out what Bally's has to say about Moustakis. Oh, wait, Shohei Ohtani.
Everything's about Shohei Ohtani. Oh, did you know Ohtani has 6 teams he didn't homer against? One of them is San Francisco. my gosh, Shohei Ohtani. Well, but I do like him though.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I guess
there's no knock on him. It's more Bally's we're making fun of.
I mean, to be honest, they get a lot more money if they cover Shohei Ohtani because of Japanese fan coverage. So I don't blame them.
Oh yeah,
at all.
I mean, he's milking it for all it is, dude. I mean, just look at the advertisements every time he comes up. If you listen to the radio, Terry Smith is talking about Bandai Namco, some kind of game fun for the future and fun for everyone and into the future. Like he says it so, like he has no idea what that Switch game is. You know, Ninjala or whatever it is. You download it on your Switch. It's like he's talking a different language. I'm like, poor Terry. He has no idea what a Switch is.
I don't blame him. Are they Moreno wants every fucking money. Imagine if he stole the fucking team with Japanese. I'm still hoping that he didn't sell to Japanese ownership. That would have been fucking chaos. That would have been fucking. They would have been huge buyers, bro. Like they'll do anything for Ohtani State. They'll probably even spend $400 million on a payroll.
Bro,
they would have done.
It would have been so great because the Japanese owner would have had a pipeline to the Japanese baseball team, and then you would have had international players still coming in over here, plus the ones we recruit from the States. People would want to play for this team because they would pay money, or they would pay their players good. So I mean, I would love that.
And imagine if it wasn't Japanese ownership and for example, think about the future besides Shohei Ohtani. Who will we attract? Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto, Munetaka Murakami, and so on. We could attract those players. Yet Arden is like, ooh, we're not gonna sell the team. Fuck you, Arden. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, why don't you? If you're so concerned about making money, why don't you sell the fucking team when it's peak value? Like, think about it. He could have sold it for $3 billion when he bought it for $100 million in 2002. Now think about it. If Shohei Ohtani leaves, the value's gonna drop and he's gonna make no money. Artie's a bad businessman if he wants to make money. Because if I was a businessman, I would have sold it now, go on a retirement home and just relax while the new ownership has to deal with the chaotic Ohtani thing. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, his family's family would never have to work again, or his kids' would never have to work again. You know, they'd just be a bunch of lazy bastards. But because of Artie Moreno, you know. But hey, I would have cashed out, to be honest, because I mean, think about it. If everyone hates you, why are you sticking around, dude? Just to stick it to them? They're gonna hate you even more. Just sell the team, cash out, and go into the sunset. But his ego is so massive, so massive.
He's 79. You're older than my grandpa, man. And he's already retired. Just retire, dude. I would just retire and just watch. If you want to watch the Angels, then watch the Angels. Maybe you can become a minority owner, okay?
There you
go.
go.
You can own 10% of the team.
Yep.
You can still love the team, but stop. If you love the team so much, just remove yourself because you're not improving the team. Let the Japanese owner bought the team, and good knows what kind of future that team could have had. The Angels could have had so much Japanese revenue, more Japanese superstars coming in. Think about it. I'm so mad about that.
Well,
I'm
AC
so
brings
mad
up
about
a good point, Supra. He's got unfinished business.
Well, unfinished business of screwing the Angels over in the future.
And the fans.
Yeah. And the fans. Imagine all the Japanese superstars came to the Angels. It would have been epic. They would have sold so many tickets, but already unfinished business.
Exactly.
But yeah, go Angels.
Go Angels. All right, Super. Take it easy.
Yep. See you. Bye.
All right, that's Super right there. Robert says he's the richest man in Arizona. He's not working at all. They are running it for him. He's signing the checks, Robert says. I hope so, but I still have a feeling that he's still behind the scenes telling people what to do, pushing pencils. Artie is 76. I'm smelling a Sleepy Joe similarity if he stays longer. Well, if he starts falling upstairs, we definitely know that he's going that rate right now. Also, Vetter says, Artie is my owner, and he will get this team to the playoffs. Call me a bootlicking house man. Don't sleep on my Halos. You mean this guy?
Call me a bootlicking house man all you want. I don't give a damn. Don't go to sleep on my Halos in 2023. It's going to be one heck of a year for Angels baseball.
Sure is. Artie, he ain't leaving until all the scotch is gone from the office. Sadly, Artie isn't going anywhere. This franchise valuation will drop tremendously when Ohtani leaves. Yeah, I mean, talk about striking when the iron is hot. And he was like, nope, I want to keep the team. I mean, any smart owner, again, you got to think of it this way. You're not enduring yourself to the fans. You're not changing anything up. You're not changing the culture. So you went over the luxury tax. That's only one thing that you've done in 20 years besides, I would give him credit for, and not even him that did it because they didn't go over the luxury tax then. That was more of the general manager at the time, which I believe was Regan's. I could be wrong. It could have still been the previous GM. But when they went and got Guerrero and they had Guillen and freaking Bartolo Colon and Kelvin Escobar, and they brought those guys in, Orlando Cabreras, Juan Rivera's, that was a winning combination to go with all what we already had at the moment. You know, that was a good squads they put together back then. That wasn't Artie Moreno. That was the really good GMs at the time, or the scouting and everybody like that. So you can't point back to one thing and say, well, you know what, Artie's responsible for this. Artie pulled the trigger on that. Again, the only thing we can give him credit for this year, you know. And Bill Stoneman, was the echo effect of the Disney era. Yeah, there you go, Patrick. He still wants balls in his mouth. James says the same thing. Is everyone excited about this win? I'm not. It's too little, too fucking late, but I'm sure Roger is booking his playoff tickets as we speak. And if you're going to book them through 714 tickets.
Call me a bootlicking house man all you want. I don't give a damn.
Exactly. Because you Halo honks better shut up.
If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. They're going to bury Artie under home plate once he buys the stadium somewhat legally. And again, speaking of the stadium, we were there in the 8th inning or 7th inning when they scored those runs the other night, and that place was rocking, literally. I've never been to an Angel game where the upper deck was actually moving, you know, up and down like old RFK Stadium in Washington. That was, I looked over at Steve Elise. I'm like, you feel that? And she's like, we're shaking, huh? I go, is that an earthquake? She's like, my phone would have went off. I'm like, this place is falling apart. And then I was thinking about that comment the other night where someone said that was another one of the reasons why the Angels didn't sell the team, was that he would have almost had to put almost $1 billion into renovating the stadium before the sell. So maybe he was like, I'm going to cash in on this investment. And then they're like, whoa, Artie, you got to fix the stadium first. You cannot leave it decrepit and falling apart. Whoa, how much is that going to cost? And then they were like, sir, that's going to cost you nearly $1 billion. Well, I'm taking the stadium back. I'm taking the team back. I got unfinished business. Man, not good. It was a gamble for him. He signed Ohtani. He would have gotten $5 billion. His gamble did not pay off, and he will have a hard time getting $2 to $3 billion. Exactly. MBI says, go back to blind date, Roger. Exactly. Patrick says, the balls in my mouth thing is perfect combination with balls. Well, okay, let's go with the balls in the mouth then.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and balls in
your mouth. Todd, did you feel any excitement at the last two nights? Doesn't it suck when the Angels have fucked you raw so many times that you're apathetic at this time of the year? It does suck, Eric, because literally what you said is the raunchy way to say it's the dog days of summer. Dog days of summer. equals getting fucked in the ass by the Angels. Raw dog status, because it is a disappointment. I mean, last year, if you thought, man, it can't get any worse than this 14-game losing streak right before the All-Star break, we're already done, we're goose is cooked, and then they kind of play a little bit better at the end of the season, and you kind of feel, hey, man, you know, maybe it's not going to be so bad next year. And then we start this year, and we're all honking it up, and we're all super happy, and then they start fading again, and then guys start getting hurt every other day, and then it's just, man, oh, man. But it started before that. It started with the Artie thing. With him not selling, it's like, bro, we were just in for another fucking bad year. And I can't. You don't see me like when the post game started tonight. Yes, I wasn't screaming and yelling over a stupid loss, and it was a win, but it was a Phil Nevin type win. Everything that he wanted to happen happened tonight. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, they get a win against the Giants. It's a nice win over a 500 team. You win 2 in a row, but right when we get momentum, off day, travel day. We got to go to the Texas two-step where we haven't played good at all. So watch them win 5 out of 6. If they do, I ain't going to lie, Eric, I might get a little honkish. But to say that we're back in the playoff chase, nah, dude, I'd have to see it like at, 4 or less. I can't see them at 4 games again, only out. I got to see them under 4 now. They're definitely not doing the division. But if they were to somehow get some wins and pull up because again, Toronto's got to lose too. I mean, you need Toronto, the Yankees. There's like 4 teams ahead of us, man. It's hard to get excited over that. It really is. Let's see. Also, Vetter says the stadium still is Edison seats in them. That's right. If you look hard on some of the aisle seats, there still is 1 or 2 Edison logos there. I've been around the stadium enough to see that. The stadium desperately needs to be renovated. Exactly. Notice the public hearing about Angel Stadium land and sell. We will see in 24 what happens. The Angels don't go easy, and they definitely don't use lube on his fans. AC says if the Angels win 5 out of 6, is gonna want to see everyone's honk. See everyone's honk. The Astros and the Rangers are going to do us what rednecks do to farm animals. Not going to be pretty. Oh, that's disgusting. Also, any chance Gooby can call in, Marty says. Oh, no. I think we've already screwed that one up too much on this page. I don't think there's any chance of that. I really screwed that one up. So that might have been my fault by just going a little too in on our boy Gooby, because I didn't think he was going to get tweeted at. Supposedly, someone tweeted some of my stuff over to him earlier in the season, and he more than knows who I am. He might have not known who we were last year, as far as he just came on and did the spot with us, and and everything else like that. And he might forget about me after the season or whatever. But he definitely knows who I am now, and not in a good way. Yes, our stadium is falling apart. Dan says, I've mentioned it here before. At a past game I went to, a piece of concrete broke off on my seat. I look at the home. I took it home, and now it's in my fish tank. Well, there you go. You have to just recycle, reduce, and reuse. And right there, Dan did. And so the stadium's getting to be Oakland. Well, not Oakland status, but it is up there. Again, second oldest stadium in all of the American League. Patrick says there's nothing wrong with the ballpark itself. There's just a lot of room for improvement. I personally think they should cover all the concourses like Yankee Stadium and have air conditioning. I look at it this way, Patrick. I would love for them to take the retired numbers, which are hidden under the scoreboard, especially when the sun's hitting it in a certain way. I think they should put those retired numbers in center field above the trees, above the grass, and add a few others that should be retired, and do something with that center field. I know they want to look out towards the transportation center, the cars driving away, the freeway and whatnot. They want it open, but you got to put something else out there. And they definitely got to fix that stadium. Demetrio said, What up, Todd? Late check-in. Not buying this 2-win game streak. We stink ass still. We sure do. We sure play like and also, I think Gooby has completely sold his soul to Bally's. There's just propaganda and have zero interest in actual opinions. Yeah, I think so too, Eric. And that's a sad thing because I was giddy for Gooby last year, and I think he's just not on point this year. You got to be positive, and there's no other second remedy to that. But they sure are fucking loving Ohtani and Munchie Meals. They sure are. Did somebody say Munchie Meals? Because right now, after 2 games of winning, I can go with 2 brownies. That's $28. Roger should still use the strip club money to fix the stadium. He strips? Also, how much to bet that the Pac-12 will be more productive than the 24th season of the Angels in the playoffs this year? I saw that one earlier, Sports News. Yeah, dude, Pac-12. What do they got left? Oregon State, Washington State, Cal, and Stanford. Oh, shit. Remember when Utah and all those teams were fighting to get into the Pac-12? Boy, that soon as they said, oh, that's not going to work. You can't get into the postseason because Pac-12 is too weak. All those teams jumped. Knock down the Giants scoreboard in right field and place up, have something in center field entrance. You can add so much more. Yeah, if the Dodgers did it, I mean, the Angels could do it too, man. See, we need the rocks lowered and a bar-like area added like Petco or like Kansas City. If you've seen Kansas City, get rid of the shitty Budweiser that nobody drinks anymore because that area is dead. Ever since that Dylan Mulvaney thing, nobody drinks Bud. I don't care what side you're on. If you're pro that or against it, dude, there's that air. I've never seen it so dead than right there. You just go underneath the concourse where, you could take a picture with a former player and all that stuff where they used to have the arcades. Those beer areas are packed, but you just go right up there and there could be a full pavilion. Ain't nobody over there by the Budweiser pavilion. That's got to go. Let's see. Also, pot brownies. Laugh out loud. Oh, no. Pac-12 is DOA. It's sad. It is sad. It's an end of an era. Yeah, Roger strips under the big hats. Oh, that's disgusting. Or cut much of the rocks out and put a bar in there, the rock pile bar. That sounds cool. Dodger fans drink Bud Light. They sure do, out of each other's mouth. Let's see. They need to get rid of the rocks and have a big fucking brownie output out there. Gooby would have that big old smile just laced around that brownie. He'd have like a chocolate lips. He'd be like, boy, I tell you, that brownie's really good. But it could wash this down as a big Coke and that Munchie Meal with those curly fries and those 2 tacos. And who puts cheese in their tacos? Just a cheese slice? Jack in the Box. I've never got that. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I remember playing video games with my friends when people actually went to people's houses to hang out and it wasn't online. And we used to play those multiplayer games, whether it was like GoldenEye or whatever. I'm talking way back. And we literally took a $20 bill, went to Jack in the Box, and we bought, we had some tax money too, but we bought literally, I think it was, they were $1. It was 2 tacos for 99 cents. We bought 20 tacos, and I think we bought like 8 Jumbo Jacks, and there was like 5 of us. And so, and then we didn't go with cheese because it came out to about 20 or so, a little under $20. And then we came home and we took cheese slices and we put them on the burgers because, we didn't, it would have been like, I think it was going to be like $1.50 or $1.75 if we put cheese. But anyway, long story short, you could feed everybody for $20. You're feeding one motherfucker with a Munchie Meal. But that's when Jack in the Box was cool, man. And that's before all this inflation bullshit. Let's see, get rid of eucalypt. Who drinks that shit? MBI says. Also, did we already hit the Savage Garden? Hope I didn't miss that. Well, since no, we actually didn't. So let's get over here to our part.
I love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply do. I will be strong, I will be
sure
faithful,
will.
'cause I'm counting on a new beginning, a reason for living, a deeper meaning, yeah.
So what do you want to do?
And I wanna stand
soap.
And I wanna lay like this forever until the sky falls down on.
There you go. And then you got to play this too, because nobody's going to break our stride in this 2-game losing streak or winning streak.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground.
And
Oh
then
no,
Texas two-step.
I got to keep on moving.
That's the inner honk in you right there. See, also, those Jack in the Box, I wouldn't touch those with a 10-foot pole. Todd, I was alive to play the world's first video. Shut. You know what? Okay, fuck you, Vetter. Okay, this is going to throw you back real quick before I get out of here. Check this out. So I remember going to Circuit City. Those places now that are those weird-shaped buildings that are turned into 20 different other things in Circuit City. And I remember going there in 1987 at 7 years old and looking at Duck Hunt and Mario, Super Mario 1, and they were selling the Nintendo consoles with the gun, you know. And I was begging my parents, and they had it right there where you could play it. And I was in line waiting for, like, I was hoping my parents would take forever in Circuit City so I could play. And I didn't get the chance to fucking play because the kids were milking it in front of me. My mom's like, we gotta go. And I'm like, damn it. That's how, yes, it was not the first game. It wasn't Atari. It wasn't Commodore 64. But I was there for Nintendo, god damn it. The heyday. It's not inflation. It's called Bidenomics. It's working. Todd was born 2 seconds after Artie. Shut up. Let's see. Peter Griffin. Yep. Siley says, I drink Yakult, laugh aloud. My cats eat churro, and I always shop at Yamada Dinky, and I wish I could afford Psycho watches. You know what you should do, Silent E, too? Fly Eva Air back over here to California and catch a game. The NES Deluxe Pack. Exactly, Patrick. I was 15 in 87. Fuck, I'm old. Better since 1987. Todd loved the milk in the 80s. I'm just glad I wasn't on a milk carton. I have a story about that one day. Maybe I'll get into that. I had and still have an Atari. I just remember our Atari. We couldn't afford the Nintendo first, so like my uncle had an Atari and he gave it to me. So I had Pitfall. I was playing all those football games. I was looking at all those dots. I'm like, who's who and where are they moving? It was like John Elway football. It was real shitty graphics. And I was like, man, I can't wait to get a Nintendo. And then what happens? A friend of mine gets a gets a Sega. And then I get the Nintendo. I was always getting hand-me-downs. So that was my thing. Mike Tyson Punch-Out was badass in the 80s. Dude, that's why I got the emulators on my computer. I have like all the Nintendos and all the, what is it called? Sega and Super Nintendo games. Oh, man, I love it. My dream is to have enough money to have my backyard with like my favorite, arcade games. Because there's an arcade that's right by Chavez Ravine. It's called Button Mash. Asian influenced food, like they have like really good what is it called, rice bowls with teriyaki and all that stuff, or they have like Spam if you want that meat, or they have like, you know, the egg rolls, or they have some sushi there too. But they have like all the old arcade games, and you could play like you buy tokens there for like dirt cheap, and you could play like the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff. And they have a huge array too of pinball machines. That place is awesome because it reminded me when I was a kid and I was going to Fox Hills Mall, and they had a place called Time Out. And Time Out where, again, I would let my parents, you know, they'd leave me in there, and they'd go shopping around, and it was just like 40 or 50 freaking of the best arcade games, you know, jumping in the arcade with the racing car games. And this is cool back then, man. Like, the kids get all crazy about, like my kids did, about the Dance Dance Revolution that was in, you know, at bowling alleys and stuff like that. They'd always run to that stuff. I'm like, man, you guys just don't know arcade games back in the day, dude. When I would get any kind of change, I would go to freaking Shakey's down the street that had a Street Fighter, and that's where everybody went to go play Street Fighter or freaking NBA Jam. And you would just put your quarter there and be like, I got next, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're just playing guys and girls all day, trying to, you know, you're just throwing money away, dude. I mean, kids just. Those people made so much money on us, man. I swear to God. I loved arcades. We need to get Savage Garden to perform at Noble. Exactly. Anyone remember the original Madden 89? I do. Todd Hammer and James need to do Savage Garden concert at Noble. Exactly. Donkey Kong. Those graphics look prehistoric, but at this point they do, but they were fun. Todd is old, so old that he watched the Angels before they were in the MLB. No, my dad did, actually. MBI says, yep, timeouts were inside the malls back in the days for sure. Dude, it's all about the altered beast when it comes to Sega games. Well, yeah, the Sega games were freaking awesome, dude. I mean, it changed the game, dude. They made Nintendo really go all futuristic with Super Nintendo. Because when I saw Super Nintendo graphics, I'm like, man, that shit's awesome. Because Sega was before Super Nintendo, and also when you had Game Boy and Game Boy had those dark ass graphics. I mean, they came with color. You know, it's like Sega was like out of the box, really good. Arcades and malls, totally 80s. Hey, maybe get the Dickies to do a show at Noble. Maybe. That was 11 years before I was born. Yes, JT, I have some history. See, Vetter says, when I was young, I went to a place where they could play games for a nickel. I can't find them anymore. Oh, nickel. Those went out of business. They were trying to bring that arcade love back, but they weren't making enough money, and their food wasn't that good. So nickel, that was their problem. They tried to get the whole arcade experience back, but you should have had food behind it, because that's the only reason why Chuck E. Cheese still exists to this day, because, you know, they get those kids acting like adults do in freaking Vegas. Just keep feeding the machines, and then, yeah, man, you get them with pizza and beer and get the families to stick around and get the balls and all that stuff. Also, yeah, GoldenEye was amazing, dude. I mean, we used to play that game all the time. Golden Axe as well, epic game right there. But GoldenEye was one of my favorites. I mean, you can alternate or Mario Party, the original ones, because just games like that were just fun, dude. Multiplayer, any kind of sport game at that point, it's fun. All right, we went way off the rails. I'm gonna take off, and we got just one thing left to do, and that's play the winning song, because whenever we win. Don't feel no fear. Make it